Jai Gurudev. In this video, I am going to tell you all about interesting things about space exploration. I will tell interesting things about space exploration. Space exploration. Gravity on Moon is 20% of gravity on Earth. I am not telling you about exact figures. I will tell about figures which can be easily memorized by mind. Gravity of Moon is 20% of gravity of Earth. That is 1/5 of gravity of Earth. That's why when astronauts were landed on moon, they jump first with small force. Also, they will jump with much heights because the gravity is very much less compared to Earth, and which is just 20% of gravity of Earth. That is why they just, even while walking also, you should see those pictures, see those videos also, where astronauts are jumping like anything on the moon. 10 people walked on the moon, and only dark mitti is on the moon and no other things. On the moon only dark mitti is there, and there are no other things on the moon. From Earth we can see that the moon is a white color, but actually moon is a ash color to black color. In middle between ash color to black color, the moon. From 1950 exploration started, and 10 spacecrafts landed on Mars. If you take in the case of Mars, 10 spacecrafts were landed on Mars, and space was explored like this. 10 people set foot on moon, and no person set foot on Mars. Moon is around 5 lakh kilometers from the Earth, and only people go to 5 lakh kilometers from Earth, not more than 5 lakh kilometers. No person ever go into that much distance. But Mars is far distance from Earth. In 1957, von Braun and the former V2 colleague Ernst Stuhliger, they were the first German rocket scientists, and they found many basic things for rockets. Moon is 5 lakh kilometers from Earth, and Mars is 5 crore kilometers from Earth. 10 no-manned shuttles reached Mars. No-manned shuttles of 10 shuttles reached Mars, and average 1 year to reach Mars from Earth. It takes average 1 year to reach Mars from Earth. I am not telling exact figures, but I am telling figures which can be easily remembered by mind. The Mariner 4, which is the first spacecraft to go to Mars, which is 1965, and Mariner 6, Mariner 7, Mariner 9, Viking 1, Viking 2, Mars Global Surveyor, Mars Pathfinder, Odyssey, Mars Express Orbiter, Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, Mars Science Laboratory. Like that, these space shuttles have flown in the orbit of Mars or landed on the Mars. There are 10 planets in our solar systems, and astronomical unit is 15 crore kilometer. One astronomical unit is 15 crore kilometer. Earth to Sun is, astronomical unit means the distance from Earth to Sun, that is 1. If you take Earth to Sun, the distance as 1, compared to this, what is the distances to other planets, that is the astronomical unit. One astronomical unit is 15 crore kilometers. Earth to Mercury is you can take it as Earth to Mercury is 0.5, Earth to Venus is 0.5, Earth to Mars is 0.5, Earth to Jupiter is 5, Earth to Saturn is 10, Earth to Uranus is 20, Earth to Neptune is 30, Earth to Pluto is 40. 40 astronomical distance. 40 astronomical units means 40 times of the distance between Earth to Sun. Spacecrafts landed on the other planets. Place, Places where spacecrafts have landed. 10 space subjects spacecrafts landed. Earth's moon, 50 spacecrafts were landed on Earth's moon. On the moon, around 50 spacecrafts were landed, and around 10 men were walked on the moon. Venus, Mars, asteroid Eros, Jupiter, Saturn's moon, that is Titan, comet 9P or Tempel 1, asteroid Itokawa. These things were only land. These things are the only things on the space which were landed by spacecrafts. No other things on the space which were landed by spacecrafts. Only these things like Earth's moon, that is 50 spacecrafts and 10 men were landed. Venus, Mars, asteroid Eros, Jupiter, Saturn's moon, that is Titan, comet 9P or Tempel 1, asteroid Itokawa. These things only visited and only landed by spacecrafts. Only 3 other planets landed by spacecrafts, that is no other planet placing foot. Venus, that is 0.5 astronomical units distance, and Mars and Jupiter. All Russia landings on the moon are unmanned. Russia landings on the moon are unmanned landings only. Chandrayaan 1, that is Indian mission to orbiter, that was rounding moon. Chandrayaan 2, which was landed on the moon but lost contact just before 1 kilometer distance from the moon. India's Vikram lost signal and just 1 kilometer above the moon. According to Vedic knowledge, age of Earth is 19 billion years. According to Vedic knowledge, age of Earth is around 2000 crore years. Everything is spherical because there is a pressure from dark matter around everything. You can see in the space, everything is spherical, like planets and stars and many other things which are spherical, because this dark energy is pressing from all the sides. Because of that, all these objects are spherical. Everything is spherical because there is pressure from dark matter around everything. What we see is only 10% of the creation and 90% of is dark matter. If we see about space explorations happened in the history, first started in 1930, hot air balloon, which go into at the height of 20 kilometer. First thing which go into at the height of 20 kilometer is the hot air balloon. And space missions list is in 1944, Nazis and Hitler were the first to build a V2 rocket. Nazis and Hitler were the first to build V2 rocket, and US stole all these things from Hitler and Nazis and made it as they were invented all these things. US copied this and brought all scientists of Germany to USA and started space exploration and other things. US brought all German scientists to USA and does all these things. Half Germany was taken by Russia and half Germany was taken by USA, and they got all these secrets from Germany. And how these Germany and Britain got these things are, Germany and Britain get all Sanskrit books and Sanskrit knowledge from India and explored them, and using this they found V2 rocket and others main explorations and main inventions in the world. Hamburg University in Germany and Cambridge University in UK got all the Indian files and all these palm palm scripts. From that they got all this knowledge. Like that we could not in medicine and in science we cannot attribute all things. You cannot attribute to the explorations and invention to one person, because from thousands of years lakhs of people, crores of people worked for the science. It does not take only few years, it takes hundreds of generations to invent all these things which are present in the world right now. It takes thousands of years, and knowledge from thousands of years were used to find the inventions like this. Like in 1950 and 1960 space travel happened. In 1960 first space travel happened. Gagarin traveled to height of around 500 kilometers from Earth and traveled around 2 hours in space. He traveled to around 500 kilometers from Earth and traveled around 2 hours in space. Space is 100 kilometers above from Earth and zero gravity is there, and International Space Station roams around 500 kilometers above Earth. Space means which is from 100 kilometers above from Earth, and at zero gravity is there, and International Space Station is roams around the Earth at the height of 500 kilometers from Earth. In 1970, first foot of man was printed on the moon. First man visited in the 1970. Venus, Mars, Jupiter explorations and spaceship. No man entered on the Venus, Mars and Jupiter, but only spaceships entered these planets, and spaceship food only happened in these planets. Only man entered on the land of moon only, not any other planets. In 2000, ISS formed around 500 kilometers from Earth, and which is rotating with around 30,000 kilometers per hour. The International Space Station, which is 500 kilometers from Earth, and it is rotating at the speed of 30,000 kilometers per hour. If you want to know about hot air balloon means they put gas stove like thing under balloon, and because of heated air the balloon goes up with passengers, and this balloon has gas fuel cylinder, and from this cylinder fuel comes and fuel ignites, and because of the heat the balloon goes high into the air and high into the sky and travel like this. Number of people in space are, in recently 2 people from NASA, they have spent 50 days and 1000 orbits around Earth. They have spent 50 days and 1000 orbits around Earth. One day, it will take 1 day to make 20 orbits around Earth. If you want to round Earth 20 times, it will take 1 day. The Karman line which is 100 kilometers from Earth. First only German invention of V2 rocket. This rocket only crossed the 100 kilometer line, which is 100 kilometer height from Earth. Planes travel around 10 to 20 kilometers above from Earth. International Space Station is 500 kilometers. The V2 rocket is 100 kilometer height. Fired on June 1944 on Paris, which has horizontal range of 500 kilometers. In 1960, around 1000 kilometers from Earth was crossed. Only in 1960 1000 kilometers from Earth was crossed by people. Crossed by space shuttles. Space shuttles land on Earth like planes. According to one theory, around 10,000 crore people lived in planet. Only 500 people gone into space. From 10,000 crore people lived on the planet, only 500 people gone into space. if you want to know some specific things about space exploration, in 1960 only 500 kilometers from Earth was crossed, but in 1970 5 lakh kilometers from Earth was crossed, 10 times of the circumference of Earth. 5 lakh kilometers means around 10 times of the circumference of Earth. Farthest man-made object, which was Voyager 1, it has crossed around 2000, which has unmanned spaceship Voyager 1. There is no man in this Voyager 1. It has crossed around 2000 crore kilometers from Earth. It goes around 20 kilometers per second speed, which is 200 astronomical units, which is so far from the solar system. I will tell more space exploration and other things in further videos. Jai Gurudev.